Hey everybody, welcome to CBR episode 9. This time we're doing Avery's 16th anniversary, which is a Saison.
Saison with a whole bunch of fruit in it, apparently. We got
jasmine
flowers, peaches, and honey. This should be interesting. Well, the three ladies on the front apparently represent jasmine, peaches, and meal, honey.
Ah, so that's how you can tell. I mean, it's a nice looking bottle. It's got this little gold foil on top.
Let's open the puppy up. What do you say?
Bomber.
Ooh, lively beer.
Now, Saison, French style, farmhouse style beer.
Belgian/French on the border. It's not like a beer de garde where it's blatantly French. It can be either or. But yeah, Saison stands for season, and it's typically brewed in the early spring before it gets too hot, and then you would drink it throughout the summer. Especially when you're done harvesting the crops. You come in and drink some Saison.
That's funky smelling, isn't it?
I think they use Brett in this beer. I think they ferment it with Brett. But I don't think we're going to find that. Oh wait, here we go.
Now, it's not funky bad. It's very dark bready. You can smell some of that jasmine in there.
No, well, yeah, I don't see it. We'll find out when we... Unmistakable Belgian yeast strain. So it might not be one of their Brett beers. Avery's been doing a lot of Brettanomyces fermented beers recently. Brabant is one, and we have a bottle of that. We'll be doing it soon. And I'm trying to remember. Go back into the CBR archives and listen to the Savor with Adam Avery. He talks about this beer briefly. He knows more about it than we do, since he made it. It does have a little bit of leathery type aroma to it.
I guess that's a good way to put it.
So leathery would typically be something you'd get out of Brett. You know, I wouldn't go as far as barnyard. It's not stinky and smelly like that. But farmhouse, leathery.
A little bit like...
I'm getting peaches as well.
A used oven, maybe?
I'm not... No, that's not ringing a bell to me. I'm getting some of the peaches and aroma. It smells a little bit like the Lindemann's Pesh. A little bit like that, but it's not quite as sweet and syrupy in the aroma.
It's been a while, so I can't tell you. So you can see the color is very strawish. It's not quite super clear. It's got a little bit of cloudiness to it, which is good. Mm-hmm. You know, so this doesn't have any of that Irish moss in it.
Well, Saison might have... I shouldn't say that. I was going to say Saison can have some wheat in the grain bill. But all the Saisons I've ever brewed, I never put wheat in it. So maybe not. Maybe it's possible, and I've just not delved into that part.
Definitely getting the peach. I'm getting
the honey, the fermented honey flavor, mostly. I mean, I'm really getting that. It's reminding me of, not mead, but a beer with significant honey profile.
Okay, I can see that. Yes, it's on the side. The peach the peach flavor is really sort of accentuating it almost. Mm-hmm. The back of my mouth, I'm getting that sort of Belgian yeastiness. The what we call slightly leathery. You can call it slightly funky, but it's kind of it's kind of a dirty flavor, I guess you could say. It's not clean and crisp, but it works with the beer.
The yeast character is kind of reminiscent of Le Fin du Monde, the Unibrew beer.
Okay.
It's not quite... It's a little bit earthy and dirty, like the Le Fin du Monde and a lot of the Unibrew yeast flavors are. This is nice.
Yeah, it provides a nice contrast to the big sweetness of the honey and the peach, which is drawing that out. Mm-hmm. And I think that the peach, and maybe even the jasmine a little bit, is kind of mellowing those two flavors together. It's working pretty well.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time identifying the jasmine.
Jasmine, at all? Mostly in front of my tongue and back, and joining the two, the orange honey and the dirty yeast in the back. Light mouthfeel, but very well carbonated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a very lively beer. The carbonation really washes the flavors off your tongue. We're talking about all these big flavors in this beer, and it's not one of those ones that's building up in your mouth and you don't want to finish it because that carbonation just wipes it right off.
No, I wouldn't say that quite so much because that
For
one
me,
stuck.
For me,
that one
it's
stuck around a little bit.
For me, it's getting wiped off pretty quickly. My palate has a little bit of beer flavor in it, but not what I'd expect from the flavor of this beer.
It's cheap and easy to say this with saison. This would go great with a salad, with some fresh greens, maybe a little, sort of a vinaigrette or something, possibly with a little bit of meat in there if you wanted to spice it up a bit. But this would really go great with that because it will add to the freshness of a whole bunch of fresh ingredients. I think they'll bring out some of those flavors.
Chicken, lemon, asparagus on the side.
I generally don't like chicken with a beer like this.
Okay.
Because I feel like chicken kind of...
I think it's too oily?
It absorbs flavors. It doesn't sort of let out its own flavor. Chicken is relatively tasteless.
I didn't describe. I'm thinking like a lemony, with maybe some rosemary on it or something like that. Rosemary would be a little too sweet. Something a little more.
Yeah, rosemary
earthy.
would be too resiny.
Something a little more earthy. I don't know. I'm not a huge spice. I can't name all the spices off. But
I'm just thinking more fresh. In my mind, what's coming to mind is real freshness. Maybe a very fresh pasta, but.
It could be. For me, salad, I don't know. I think this is pretty powerful for a salad. Maybe with a nice strong vinaigrette dressing or something, it might work. But my initial inkling is it needs some meat and some.
So I guess we'll have to agree to disagree.
Absolutely.
But we can definitely agree that the beer is very good.
Yep. So this beer was full disclosure. This beer was sent to us by Avery. They sent out a couple evaluation samples of Avery 16, and we thank you very much. This was very nice.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, Avery, and thank you for tuning in to CBR Video Episode 9.
Yep.
And we'll have 10 coming up shortly.
We're going to be recording it in about 5 seconds.